Stealth, the producer, Dope Boy Bush on and on Ram. We are back with another video. Today, we are going to talk about the Charlotte Hornets in continuation of our NBA preview of every single NBA team. If this is your first time to our channel, please hit that sub button, like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you think about today's topic, like I said, which is the Charlotte Hornets. Now, we're going to get straight to it. When you think of the Hornets, the first player you think about, first thing you think about is LaMelo Ball, right?
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So let's start there. LaMelo Ball to me is probably the best player that the casual fan doesn't really know is the best player. Like he's that good, but the casual fan doesn't really know. If you're hardcore in the hoop, you know that LaMelo Ball is very good. Last season, he averaged 25 points, 25.2 points, 4.9 rebounds, 7.4 assists. Where he could improve is his field goal percentage. He shot 40.5%. Turnovers, I don't see the turnovers here. Let's see. Do we have his turnover? Oh, see, he averaged almost 4 turnovers a game.
Yes,
pretty high.
Yeah, it is pretty high for a point guard.
You know, so, but LaMelo Ball is really good. Now, the Hornets do have some other players I like. They got Brandon Miller and Miles Bridges. I like those two players. Brandon Miller, he had a really good season. I'll let you kind of fire off from him after I get done doing the intro. Miles Bridges, solid NBA player. He's been a solid NBA player for a while. They added Collin Sexton, which I like off the bench. Also, too, when LaMelo Ball gets hurt, which he has been known to, you know, miss games a lot over the last few seasons, I feel like Collin Sexton, he might be able to come in and you know, kind of offset a little bit of that production that they're not getting when LaMelo was out. Also, too, they got the rookie Kon Knueppel, you know, shooter. I'm really excited to see what he can add to this team. What's your thoughts on the Charlotte Hornets? And
well, we talked about it beforehand. You know, when you look at this roster, you can tell it's a really, really, really young roster.
Yes,
got a lot of inexperienced players on the team. And when you look at this roster and you break it down, outside of when you get past Miles Bridges, LaMelo Ball, Grant Williams, and Collin Sexton, you know, this team doesn't really have too much more to offer. You know, to be quite honest, you know, I know they drafted the rookie Kon Knueppel up out of Duke. You know, he should go ahead and provide some type of relief on offense for this team. But when you look at this, I mean, outside of like Miles Plumlee, you know, being like one of the veterans that's on the squad, you know, that's been around in the league for a little bit, you know, but when you really look at this team is really not built to win. I don't think they got a young, good core, but as far as being able to compete in a watered down Eastern Conference, and I just don't see them making too much noise in the Eastern Conference this year.
I don't either, man. But it's kind of weird because you know, there are some things I like about the roster, but then it's like it's just not enough. It's not enough. You got to get better and become more of a complete roster if you want to compete and if you want to, you know, pretty much maximize LaMelo Ball's talent. You know, you got to put some guys around
that's
him, right?
The biggest one right there.
Looking at this roster, what would you? I mean, because again, we just mentioned that we like Brandon Miller, Miles Bridges, Kon Knueppel, he's a rookie, the shooter. You know what? I'll be fair. Let's see. Let's just see with the rookie,
how they
Brandon Miller, another year. Miles Bridges, he's, you know, veteran. LaMelo Ball, let's see if he can cut the turnovers down, stay healthy, right? Because we did mention that he's missed a lot of games. Let's see. Let's be fair and see. But just on paper right now, I'm not really seeing a whole lot. You do have Trey Mann off your bench. You have Collin Sexton. Josh Green, I do like a lot too off your bench as well.
Josh Green off the bench.
Williams, not really too big on him. And you have Mason Plumlee as a backup 5. I mean, I mean, night to night, you know, on any given night, they could probably compete with some teams. Are they going to win games? I think it's going to come down to coaching, execution, and defense. Because here's the thing, right? I always say this: pretty much every team in the NBA can score. It's just about, can you get stops and can you execute? Can you stay healthy? Are you disciplined? You know what I mean? Chemistry, stuff like that. You know, so I do see scores on this team. I mean, I did already mention how LaMelo Ball averaged 25 points. Brandon Miller averaged 21. You know what I mean? Miles Bridges averaged 20.
20
and 7.5 rebounds, 4 assists.
Yeah.
That's 60 points right there. That's over 60 points right there. It is. You know, if you can get 12, 15 out of Knueppel,
right,
you got your point. Can you get stops? You know what I mean? Can you build the chemistry and can you become like a complete team? That's what they need to work on next. So what were we getting ready to say about that?
Well, no, I mean, you know, I'm agreeing with you. When you look at this team, you know, they got to, you know, I mean, outside of Miles Bridges, you know, he's in his 6th year. LaMelo's in his 5th year. Like I said to you beforehand, how many more years are you going to run this same team back and not get anything in value to come play? You're not going to get any free agents to come there and want to sign, you know, in free agency. So you're not going to get no big free agency acquisition to come into Charlotte to go ahead and come play.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on the free LaMelo Ball campaign. You know,
but again, going back to what I said a minute ago, when you got 3 guys averaging over 20, you can't really sneeze at that. That's
good.
There's some teams who don't have that, right? And that's why. And that's why when I started this whole thing, we started the video, and I was kind of looking. I was like, you know what? Let's see, because I want to see what this rookie can do. Kon Knueppel. I want to see what he can do, and I want to see if Miles Bridges, Brandon Miller can still average 20 and up, which they did last season. And LaMelo Ball, we know he's going to get his dub plus. But again, I think.
The thing about it, though, when you look at this, they only won 19 games with the same team outside of a couple players.
How many?
19.
Games? Hold on. While you're continuing, you know, with your take, I'm gonna look up and see how many games LaMelo Ball played last year.
Yeah, find out that because they only won 19 games. If you only won 19 in you know the Eastern Conference, I felt like it's like you should take advantage of these opportunities.
Okay.
How many games did he play?
He played 47. See what I mean?
Oh,
so 47 out of 82 games. Going back to health, if he could stay healthy across the span of an 82-game season, and you still got those guys averaging what they're averaging, and you added a shooter in Kon Knueppel, Colin Sexton off your bench, you got a spark off your bench. Grant Williams, he's kind of hard nosed, can hit the corner 3, right? Mason Plumlee, he is a veteran center, a backup. I'm just trying to find, you know, so Josh, again, I mentioned Josh Green. I like Josh Green. So I would say you got a good 3, maybe 4 guys off your bench that are serviceable, that are good. I would say good NBA players. Again, it comes down to coaching and health, and can you play defense and get stops? You've shown that you can score. That's evident in the numbers. But can you get stops, and can you continue to build the chemistry to where, like, okay, we're a full team? Because they're young, and like the names might not be household names. I'm looking at the numbers, and numbers. Well, I would say people want to say numbers don't lie. You got 3 guys averaging over 20. Again, that's 60 points. You can make that up, you know, with Colin Sexton, Josh Green, Kon Knueppel, Grant Williams. So, you know, what I mean?
Thing is though, who are you going to rely on defensively though? Who's going to anchor that defense to get stops?
Well,
you know, because
that's where the whole team
is big on that.
The whole entire team has to buy in. To being, you know, to locking in. See, that's the thing too. And I was just telling somebody this recently. When you think about the good teams in the NBA, they all are good defensive teams. You don't have any. See, in the NFL, it's a little different. You can have a high-powered offense and a mediocre defense. In the NBA, you can't be a top 2, 3, maybe sometimes not even top 4 team in your conference without being a good defensive team. So that's the difference between
especially through an 82 game stretch.
Right.
Yeah, it's a lot of games that you got to go ahead and play defense, and if you're not playing defense, then it's going to go ahead and hurt you. You know, so I mean, with me, if they have another slow start, and if they win maybe 20, 25 more games, at this point, you got to go ahead and start looking at it and being like, let's go ahead and let LaMelo go ahead and get up out of here. We're going to have to stop wasting his good years.
And guess how many he played the season before?
Probably not that much neither.
22.
Huh?
The season before that, 36. He can't stay healthy.
So we're saying he's injury prone like his brother. Then is what we're saying.
Yep.
Yeah,
he can't stay healthy. But when he plays,
he plays lights out. Yes,
he's been averaging 20.
Lights out.
He's been averaging over 20 or 20 and up the last 4 seasons. He's going into his 6th season, and I'm sure he's going to average 20 or more this season too. So, you know, career average 21 points, career average 7.4 assists, so far.
Okay,
so
The boy's exciting to watch, though. When you look at him play, when he's on that court, he's exciting to watch because he's a spark that they need, and he's one of the players that if Charlotte happened to be on TV, you're gonna go ahead and catch them just based on because of him and see what he does.
I agree.
But I'm at the point now, man. Like I said, I just feel as if, man, if this team is not going nowhere, you guys start off very, very slow.
After year six.
Definitely, year six, and they have not sniffed the playoffs one time. Right.
I don't know if you saw. There's actually rumors right now because the Rockets are in need of a point guard right now.
Because Fred VanVleet's out for the year, right?
Rumors kind of stirring up about LaMelo Ball, Rockets. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That would be interesting. I'm not sure what they would have to give up. I'm assuming they would have to give up like a Jabari Smith or you got to give up something.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Something, yeah, for sure.
They look good tonight, but the guard play was a little suspect offensively.
Terrible. That guard play was terrible.
It was bad.
On both ends.
They went double OT in the season opener against the OKC Thunder. OKC won on ring night. Their game one. But yeah, so lastly, before we get up out of here, play-in?
No. Free the boy.
I'm gonna say
I want it.
It's contingent upon health.
Healthy players. Okay.
I feel like if LaMelo Ball is healthy, this team can be a play-in team in the Eastern Conference.
Okay.
I'll say that.
Okay.
So we'll come back and kind of look, okay, was he healthy? Was he not? But if he could play at least 75 games, let's just say 72.
Yeah.
72.
Well, at least over 60, I would give him. If you can play 65. Over 60 games.
65.
65. Okay. 65. Yeah, if you can get over 65, then he gives him a strong chance of getting into a play-in game. I can definitely see him doing that. But injuries. You can't stay healthy. You can't stay on that court. You're not going to be able to produce.
Hey, the best ability is availability. That's what they say.
Yes.
So.
Yes, sir.
Charlotte Hornets 2025-2026 NBA season. It looks like health and defense and consistency is going to be something that they need to focus on if they can move forward and continue to build that roster up and continue to build upon LaMelo Ball's talents. You know what I mean? And maximizing his talents. We are going to get up out of here. So I don't see playoffs, but entertaining though. They got some good players. I am interested to see the rookie Kon Knueppel. And I want to see if Brandon Miller and Miles Bridges can continue their ascension as far as being solid NBA players. All that on rim, I go by the name of Stealth, the producer. We got Doughboy Bush. Please hit that sub button. If you are watching this on YouTube, hey, be sure to head over to your podcast app on your iPhone or go to Spotify, go to Amazon. Check us out over there. Search All That No Rim, and you will be able to find our podcast on there. Go support that. Run up them numbers. It all helps and it all adds up. So we up out here, man. We're gonna get back at y'all with the next team. Peace.